And good evening, everyone. I'm Maurice Dubois.
And I'm Christine Johnson. Right now, you are looking at live pictures outside the papal residence on the Upper East Side. It is where the pontiff is resting and spending his final hours in New York City before he heads to Philadelphia in the morning. Still a very heavy police presence as he does get some much-needed rest after a very active day.
It was a final event during his New York visit, a mass at Madison Square Garden. Tony Aiello was there. He is outside the garden tonight. A breathtaking experience, Tony.
Maurice, really an evening that everyone who was inside the garden will hold in their memories forever. That mass was so beautiful. The stark white stage, the glorious music, the Pope's quiet voice as he spoke words of challenge and inspiration, and of course the roar of the crowd earlier as he drove through Central Park. The faithful and the curious gathered as a New York family on the great green space in the heart of the city, waiting hours for a momentary glimpse of perhaps the most admired man in the world.
He's going to bring us all back to our faith and make us all one.
Then the moment arrived.
It was probably one of the greatest scenes I've ever seen. I never felt closer to God in my life.
In our city of outsized personalities and seekers of fortune, the humble man who lives to uplift the poor made his way to the garden, where the Catholic faithful waited for their supreme pastor. What do you hope to take away from the Mass?
Honestly, just the feeling. I'm here for the word.
The Pope moved through the crowd and moved many to tears, offering his blessing to all and his personal touch to a fortunate few. The Mass was celebrated with reverence and joy. Francis delivered the homily in Spanish, drawing a parallel between the garden and the city itself.
In this place, which represents both the variety and the common interests of so many different people, we have listened to the words, "The people who walked in darkness have seen a great light." That peace, which is born of accepting others.
As Mass ended, the crowd was anxious to show its appreciation, and Cardinal Dolan spoke the words that led to rapturous applause.
We pray for, and in union with, Francis, our Pope, and now here you are.
As people left, it was clear the experience had changed lives.
He talked about seeing the face of Christ in the people of the city. That resonated.
It was fantastic. It's so nice to see a joyful Pope who's really just spreading a great message of love and peace in the world.
When Mass ended, people rushed to the front of the stage to grab the roses that had decorated the front of the stage. You have to believe tonight many of those white roses have been pressed between the pages of a family Bible, wonderful souvenirs of a remarkable night. Live at the Garden, Tony Aiello, CBS 2 News.
Tony, thank you.